Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We are playing in the Bestiary Flashback League as a solo self-found hardcore Necromancer Summoner of things and phantasms. That was a mouthful. Today we're gonna run the unique map Tier 8 Mao Kun. Currently level 75. I think this is also a level 75 map, so that's actually matching up perfectly. Though you could probably say I'm probably going to be a little bit underpowered here, but this is going to be the last map for the night and the last map for this league. So monsters will deal a lot of extra damage, 187% extra damage as lightning. So there's going to be shocking experiences that will further amplify the damage. I expect my minions will be dying left and right. 74% increased experience gain. That's a very nice compensation for that. Monsters gain endurance and power charges on hit. So there's gonna be crits and they're gonna be sturdier. Yep, this is gonna be fun. Let's do this. So, modifiers for the area. Tormented spirits, strong boxes and breaches. Okay. Okay. That's doable. So this is a very sailor inspired map. Fairgraves is the boss of this area. And there's some special mechanics to it. Because once we get to the end point, everything that has been killed will resurrect again as an undead. Gonna try my best to stay a little bit back here. Breach is gonna be a fun little exercise in getting myself killed. Though, as I remember, the last time I did Mao Kun, which was also the first time I did Mao Kun, I did have breaches on it, or I did have a breach on it as well, and I actually did the breach. So, you know what? What's the worst thing that could happen? Let's do this. Would be very appropriate if this got into an ash breach, and it is. Keeping my flasks up, keeping myself out of the fighting, just being mobile, resummoning my zombies. Phew, that is very, very, very dangerous. La 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 la. Just running around, nothing to see. I survived this. And I got a, hey, Rise of the Phoenix. So now it's going to be a very perfect time to make that, what you call it? Righteous Fire build. Okay, and then we resupply the minions and move on. I must say, going from 0 to Tier 8 unique map in the span of just a few hours is a very interesting, nice experience. Though I got this voice in the back of my mind that says, this can't possibly last, this can't possibly end well. So far though. Okay, Essence of Anger. There we go. That was a little bit more of a damage spike than I was comfy with. Effectively, this is a very long stretch of beach. The last time it was a very long stretch of beach. And in the end, in the bottom is where I flip things to resurrect. So actually I think let's not push further that way. Let's actually backtrack a little bit. Because I think last time I missed out on some of the kills of all the living things, so to say. Because I only cleared one side of the beach. Ooh, lava chamber. I just did that one. Okay, there's the water, but dropped. Just some armor scraps. Dragon scale boots. That's gonna be dark ray vectors. Lightning grass, movement speed, preferency charge, max preferency charge, reduced preferency charge duration, reduced light radius, and increased dodge chance preferency charge. Okay, and we're nearly back to where we started. Yeah, as I said, no, it's relatively narrow as far as levels go. Then, if I remember correctly, if the map is roughly the same as I had it last time, not sure if this is a static map or a dynamic map. Then the thing to touch was somewhere in the bottom. So once I see that one, I'm gonna bail and head back to the top side to clear out the last enemies there. Because I actually had to interact with it, I think, in order to trigger it. And then it's gonna be a bit of a treasure hunt to look for a fair grave 5 times. And each time he's gonna be immortal, so you can't kill him, you can't damage him. And that affected the loot drops, and there was a big explosion in the end. So definitely this is not a friendly map. Ooh, jewel box with 7 additional items. And enemies coming in again.
An orb of immense power.
Okay, you all want to be killed. I'll do it. Raha. Back to here. Let's just take an appropriate distance to the fighting. So you could argue maybe retreating back to the bottom rather than to the top was a better idea. But in this case now I was above the fighting, so if I had to retreat I had the entirety of the level to go to rather than getting backed into a corner that I hadn't cleared yet. Okay, so I have to be there, so I'm not gonna go there, because I'm a rebel. And as I said, I'm just gonna clear out the remainder of the level before heading back. And now we're gonna kill everybody again in their ghostly form. Let's see, what were the other things? Spirits and strong boxes. Yeah, that's indeed not much of a flashback experience. I mean, Harby Breach Beyond would have been a very appropriate way to try and murder me by the game. Hexfall, so we can just arm ourselves against that. Useful to remember, because I might run into it again. And then the last room. Oh, hey, second breach. So one of the breach is a breach, no, a leak breach, and the other one is simply one of those 10% chance to spawn breaches. 3 additional rare items that, sure. Ta-da. 1 whole chisel. A jeweler strongbox next to a breach. That's totally not a death trap. Mirrored items, rogue exile, detonates corpses. So that's good. I can clear corpses. Just taking a just taking a bit of a distance from all the fighting. It's good. Put knife, Angil's Gosh. Or Gosh. Not quite sure how you would pronounce that. Gauche. I think Gosh sounds the best. So breach next to the spawn of Mr. What's his face? Mr. Fairgraves. Not the best of ideas. Okay, you know what? Let's put a portal, empty the pockets, at least safeguard my items a little bit. It's a decent number of uniques that have dropped so far. So maps, let's see, there was iceberg and lava chambers. Also more traps than I can actually throw at the monsters. I'm not complaining about that one too much. Okay, so plan for the bridge. If I just focus on heading into this direction and then up, then I've got a safe exit vector towards that direction and I can just avoid that one. If that's where all the monsters choose to spawn, tough luck for them. Okay. Just get a bit of a trace for corpses to spawn for bone offering. Get my skeleton thing up, get some ravens in the air, and then trigger this. Okay, and there's lightning. That's very appropriate.
Immense power. Orb of fusing.
Don't stay too long in one place. It feels not unreasonable. And there's that, okay. Again, I think I did this one relatively cautiously. And as a result, I did survive. The only way to have been even more cautious was to not trigger it. But no, where would the fun have been in that? Right, now with that out of the way, let's look for clues. Okay, marker on the minimap is gone. Explore shaper, no, that's not it. Oh, there. Deathless Buccaneer. Okay, so now the Dead are Rising. And now we have entered into the second stage of the map. Of course, most of the corpses here are breach corpses. And therefore they don't resurrect, since it's only the native inhabitants that have that neat feature. That's good to know, actually. Or that might also be one of the reasons why the breach things don't really count as bodies and things like that. So, booty chest. Plunder 5. Yeah, Fairgraves, never dying. He hurts. Just resummon the minions. Okay. Yeah, that was the death trap aspect of it. So you click on the booty chest and a lot of coins of currency falls out and it's like, ooh, loot, let's pick it up. And then Fairgraves just jumps you. And then you could potentially have a very, very big splitting headache. So I believe we need 5 of those things. And after that he will actually be mortal or killable. Not quite sure if a ghost could be mortal. I guess mortal is the word there. It's not living, but he can die, so then he becomes mortal.
Orb of fusing.
Okay.
An
Just
orb of immense power.
waking up the ghosts and then putting them down again. Double booty chests. Let's just open them up one at a time though. Okay.
Immense power.
Again, just hiding items here to see what the heck is happening. Resummoning some of my minions to turn that into a bit of a death trap. Also, ow. Death trap is also aimed at my way. And then showing items again to pick things up since Fairgraves is gone. Must really not click on that booty chest there. I believe the rule was the more damage you do to Fairgraves, the higher tier currency he drops. So those ghosts look pretty low on HP. They just evaporate in front of my minions. So I believe on the way in we had more of a fight from them. Just clearing out a little bit and then going back to the booty chest.
An orb of immense power.
Okay. Okay, again, just putting down all the corpses here. Click, go, hide. Summon all the ravens. Okay, cross the clouds. And he's gone. Only lost one zombie there, that is not that bad a deal. And a lot of low tier currency. Right, I should still go back to the bottom side. It looked clear, but of course all the corpses are treacherous here. Also they look rather impressive with all the big clouds when they spawn, but it's only a few of them. Spirit Glacial Hammer. Oh, note to self, let's not stand next to those lovely little ghosts. They bite. But having the artillery support of 2 specters and 12? No, 10. 10. I was sort of thinking, wait, what? No, but we have 10 phantasms as well. That's a lot of bullets flying through the air. Okay, so the beach was clear on this point, so let's just back up, clear out the other corner. Okay, let's just clear the upper bit first, then we can just go down and then there. Oh. Maximize my return on lack of investment here. Well, actually, no, that wasn't investment. I bought this map. This was actually one I invested in. Good old Kadibro. Best deal he made me this entire league. Another booty chest, that's what we were looking for. SRS leveling up, that's also what I was looking for. Oh, double booty chests. Ooh, that's quite a lot of stuff happening here. Good. Go forth, my minions, and murderize. Okay, so put down some corpses. And then next one. Don't like fighting down slope, because then it's difficult to see. Enemy basically has the advantage in terms of vision.
An orb of immense power.
So if my recollection is correct, the fifth one there is the last one. Also the fight where Fairgrace isn't simply gonna disappear at the end. Or simply isn't gonna disappear after a set amount of time, but instead I actually have to defeat him. So let's backtrack a little bit and just clear out the remainder of the map before heading back here. It would be a waste to waste all these lovely corpses and not get double loot from them. And double experience, of course. Except indeed, I'm very close to leveling. Soul prevents. There's a lot of ghosties. It would be helpful. Oh, another booty chest. Where's the magic number 7 rather than 5? Appears that way. Okay. You know what, I'm gonna keep this one as the one for fight, since I have decent navigation space and vision here. So then I'm gonna open up this one, then head back, open up the other one, and then go back here. It's a little bit of walking around, but I think it's gonna be the best order, and hopefully the safest order to do things. Fairgraves. Okay. This fight is gonna be interesting. I mean, he has a boatload of life from the looks of it. And again, he's immortal, so might be that they just set some ridiculous number for his apparent health. Because no, I did beat the fight before, once another one. But how many of these booty chests are there? I thought there was a set number. Oh, not complaining. Again, just hiding the items. The game's actually nice with waiting for him to disappear until the items or the currency has hidden itself. That's actually a nice touch. Let's have a look at my inventory in a moment, just to see just how much stuff is there already. Valor, 4 orbs of alchemy, and well, an assortment of other regular garbage. I mean valuable currency. No chaos are better still though. Well, shouldn't get too greedy, I suppose. Okay, just hide items again. Regal, haha. Fagra is never dying. Well, that is indeed still the case. Also, my flasks are running very dry. So before the last one, let's just pop up and down to town quickly, or to my base, to just empty my pockets. Maps can go in with the maps. My first regal. And a fragment. Wonderful. Completely overflowing with stuff here. Okay. Zombies. Low number. Let's remedy that. Okay. Excellent. And then, as far as I can tell, the final booty chest with the fight that is not gonna end until only one of us is alive. Let's do this.
Of immense power.
Exactly. All the add-ons do help for the confusion.
Immense power.
Leveling up during final fight, classic move. Okay, he does appear to be taking more damage than he did before. Very nervous by my zombies dying, so I'm just really hanging back here. Yeah, see, because he's not through yet. Flask's running incredibly dry, but his flask ran drier, and the map was defeated. That's pretty good progress for a single night. And of course, lots and lots of loot. So now the big note for the sign life wheel gets me from 3255 to 3500 life. So that's 250 life from just a single skill point. Very nice investment here. Also, I lost all my zombies. So 0 monsters remain, as was to be expected on a ghastly map like this. And it's all the way at the bottom down here. Mao Kun, tier 8 completed. And that is gonna be it for this episode, for tonight, and for this Flashback League. I want to thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this series and this build. And I hope that just this quick rushed foray into maps showed you that apparently this build can do relatively well, even in maps still with relatively puny gear. So if you take the time to just properly gear, properly get craft your things, level up your gems. I mean, they're level 17 for the base ones. That of course determines things like health, damage, things like that. There's definitely a lot more power where this comes from. So yeah, I'm very happy with how this went. I really enjoyed playing this build, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. So, as I said all the way at the beginning in this theory craft, this is built based on a build that I played in Bestiary as a for fun build. I just leveled it in a couple of evenings just to see what it was like, and did a lot of experimenting with it. The original one was life energy shield, no armor. Turns out having a bit of armor on you, really helpful. Having basalt and granite flasks on you, even more helpful. Because now your mitigation goes up quite a bit in those really gnarly, prickly situations where you can really benefit from it. But with that, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the Incursion League. Bye bye.